Hello, church family. Today we are in Psalm 141. It's another Psalm of David, and as we get to the end of the Psalter, we see that David's trust is still in God, even though his circumstances around him are a little precarious. But let's read this psalm together and see what it has to say for us today. O Lord, I call upon you. Hasten to me. Give ear to my voice when I call to you. Let my prayer be counted as incense before you, and the lifting up of my hands as the evening sacrifice. Set a guard, O Lord, over my mouth. Keep watch over the door of my lips. Do not let my heart incline to any evil, to busy myself with wicked deeds, in company with men who work iniquity, and let me not eat of their delicacies. Let a righteous man strike me. It is a kindness. Let him rebuke me. It is oil for my head. Let my head not refuse it. Yet my prayer is continually against their evil deeds. When their judges are thrown over the cliff, then they shall hear my words, for they are pleasant. As when one plows and breaks up the earth, so shall our bones be scattered at the mouth of Sheol. But my eyes are toward you, O God, my Lord. In you I seek refuge. Leave me not defenseless. Keep me from the trap that they have laid for me, from the snares of evildoers. Let the wicked fall into their own nets while I pass by freely. So we see David's distress here in the psalm. You notice how urgent his plea is in verse 1. Lord, hasten to me. Give ear to my voice when I call upon you. And we notice at the end of the psalm too, he redescribes his situation. He says, God, keep me from the trap that they have laid for me, from the snares of evildoers. David finds himself in a precarious position, and so he offers up this prayer. And David's prayer here is really a pattern for us as we try and navigate difficult situations, even hostile environments. You notice in the first two verses, it's an invocation that David is calling to God at the time of the evening sacrifice, that he has set times where he goes and draws near to God. And isn't that instructive for us? Do we have set times where we draw near? Not just on Sunday, not just the time of weekly sacrifice, but throughout our day, do we have time to go before our God? And then verses 3 to 7 transition into this prayer for purity. We notice that David asked for a pure mouth, where his words and his lips are guarded and protected. We see David ask for a pure heart, that his heart would be kept clean, that he doesn't incline it to any evil. And that David also prays that his actions would be pure, that he doesn't fall into bad company, and that he doesn't resist rebuke when it comes. And you notice that David asks both for the resistance to not fall into bad company, but also to not turn away a friendly rebuke. That it's actually a kindness when those who love David point out things that need to change. And do we ask for those same things as well? Do we ask God to give us a pure heart, pure lips, righteous actions, and even the humility to be rebuked when rebuke is due? And then this prayer of David ends in verses 8 to 10, where David asks for the strength to walk by faith. He says, "But my eyes are toward you, O God, my Lord. In you I seek refuge. Leave me not defenseless." Leave me not defenseless. That in spite of the traps that are laid for him, he asks God for the strength to walk by faith. And we even see this in the life of Jesus, whose vision was perfectly set on his heavenly Father, that he avoided all the traps that were laid for him. And because of that, his way remained pure, and his purity gives us purity. He empowers us for pure living. And so Psalm 141 is an instruction for us to be intentional about prayer and ask God to make us pure, to give us a pure heart, pure words, pure actions, so that we can navigate all the difficulty that our world has in store for us. So Psalm 141, take time to pray, to ask God for all that you need, and to trust that in due time He will give it.